Integrative Health Foundational Program, Pros and Cons by a Master Chek Practitioner Level 5. So I'm going to go quite deep into this and why I think it's a bad idea if you sign up for it. And the reason being is that one, it's all online. So first of all, you'll get the HLC level 1. I did that in a classroom for £500 back in the day, 2004 or 3. And it was really, really good. I really loved it. But what I didn't realise, and what you will realise, is that it's not a qualification that's recognised by doctors, gyms, physios, osteopaths and other professionals. It's only recognised by the Chekinstitute. And then after that, you'll probably have to be signed up to buy a licence every year, which is just a cash grab, because in my 27 years or 13 years of being a master, no one has ever asked me for this bit of paper. No one. So it's just a complete money grab. Right, so when you do the HLC, I was taught how to dowse, how to find out what the organs are doing by dowsing. And then with my own intuition over years, I can look at the face and hands and stuff like that and find out what's going on with that person's body. But that all takes experience of many, many years. So doing that program, is it really worth it? I don't think it is anymore, because they've cut out the dowsing, they've cut out the really good bits and put it to the level 3 to make sure that you keep going through the levels, so you're a constant cash cow for the Institute. Does that make sense? For a certificate that's not recognised anywhere, apart from by the private company of themselves. So what you must make sure before you do this foundational course, you must make sure you're an osteopath, doctor or physiotherapist, or that you're a personal trainer with a level 3 qualification. If you don't have this qualification, do not do this course, because it will overwhelm you, it will be too in-depth and you won't understand it, unless you've got excellent understanding of anatomy and physiology. If you've got excellent understanding of anatomy and physiology and you've been designing your own gym programs and you've been getting results, then maybe it could be a good thing. So you're going to be given scientific course, scientific back and program design. The program design is total crap, as in Charles Poliquin's programs are much, much, much better for getting results in clients. Now you will learn the lower amount of exercises you give a client, the more results you're going to get, and you will learn about the highest hierarchy of the exercises that you give to your program. I totally agree with that. That works. But all the other stuff in it, the program designed for gaining size, does not work. So look at Charles Poliquin and look into German volume training book that may be very hard to get now because Charles has passed away. But German volume training, you can look online. There's lots of PDFs on how to do German volume training if you want to drop your client's body fat very quickly and gain some muscle. The other thing with the holistic lifestyle coaching, they may talk about the Doug Kaufman diet, which helps people to really cleanse out the whole body for 10 days. Now, Paul has said online that it was his program, but it's not, it's Doug Kaufman's, but that's his ego getting in the way. Now, the integrative movement specialist or science that you're going to learn, measuring the body online does not fucking work. If you're getting somebody from Scientific Core to test their TVA, you have to get them in a certain precise position to make sure that they're doing it properly. If you don't understand how to get them in this position, they'll keep failing. And you'll be going, why do they keep failing? I've learned this online. But this is where the foundational program really falls off. If you're not in a classroom environment with faculty that have never been trained to be teachers, as in been to university and got a teaching qualification, they may have a personal training qualification or a Chek Practitioner Level 5 qualification, which they recently got 3 or 4 days ago because I pointed it out in a video. You got to remember they're not qualified teachers, and there is a huge difference. When I was taught by Janet Alexander, who's one of the best strength coaches in the world, she's a level 5 as well, with Paul. She was brilliant. She really helped me a lot because I've got dyslexia, and it really helped me in a huge way. But I'm a determined type person. I don't give up. I keep going. That's why I've done now about 280 videos which are ready to be released slowly over the year, telling you and helping you to understand the pitfalls of the Chekinstitute and doing their studying. Then they're going to give you how to eat, move and be healthy, and they're going to give you movement that matters. You've got to remember that Paul has no PhD, no degree and no O-level or A-level in which to quantify everything he's saying. Everything he says he's got from other books. I'll say that again. Everything he says he's got from other books. Now, he's recently, a couple of weeks ago, he had a go at another trainer for plagiarising his stuff. But how can he have plagiarised his stuff when Paul gets everything from other books? And obviously he practices it for a while maybe to find out whether it's going to work or not. So this foundational program is the most expensive. The 3-year one works out cheaper, but it's still £11,595 for a bit of paper that's not recognised or qualified anywhere, apart from with the Chekinstitute. So can you see how it's a huge cash grab in which to be able for them to make money and you'll make nothing? On the website, it says, you'll be able to work with other professionals like doctors, physios and osteopaths. This is a complete lie. And the reason why it's a complete lie, in my own experience, it's really hard to get these people turned on to the Chek system simply because of Paul's drug smoking in his videos. And him categorically saying, I've done 1,000 journeys with plant medicine. They can't touch that because of their insurance. So really, he's weakening and damaging his own program, in my opinion. And I've had CEOs and famous people say to me, you're not taking drugs like Paulchek, are you? No, of course I'm not. And that's what happens when you do the program. It's turned into a hippie drug program now. The people will look at you and go, you're a Paulchek practitioner. You don't have much muscle. You don't seem like you look like you train. And are you taking drugs like him? Do you see my point? Whereas if you look at Up Fitness and the guys of Up Fitness, or the guys that have studied the Charles Harlequin program, are now working with boxers and are now working with elite strength and conditioning people like Olympic athletes in which to get them super strong, because Charles Harlequin got 250 athletes to the Olympics. How many did Paulchek? Yes, he worked with Danny Way and he worked with... he didn't work with Oscar de la Hoya. It was one of the Czech practitioners that worked with him, and he was advising the Czech practitioner. And then he worked with Lord Hamilton as well and his wife. But that's a piddly little number, isn't it? That's not 250. And Paul published 12 books, which is on the website, which they just recently put up. But Charles Harlequin done 25 books, had a master's and a PhD in conditioning, and read more than 1,000 books from the 1930s right up to present day before he died, on all the strength and conditioning stuff that was out there. And he recommended all students to do that, in which to make sure that your level is at the highest level. I've got 1,000 books, all with great information in them. But as you read a lot of books, you realise that there's only a few golden nuggets in each certain book. Does that make sense? So my advice to you, you don't have to take my advice. You can just do the course and throw your money in the air and not get anything for it, is that buy a book, one book every 2 weeks or one book per month. on the subject that you want to master. So if you want to master core conditioning, buy 5 books on core conditioning. That's going to cost you the same amount, well, you get more than that, for the price that they charge online, which is £250. Spend £250 on the best core conditioning books, try it all out, then find out what works for your clients and yourself. That way you'll be saving the $260 a month on doing a course that's online, that's not recognised, that's not going to give you a qualification where you could walk into the doctor's surgery and go, I want to see the doctor because I want to tap into his 1,000 client base. The doctor will just laugh at you. They won't take you seriously. Now, if you had a strength and conditioning course or qualification that was recognised, world recognised, then they'll take you seriously, especially if you're training that doctor. I've been lucky. I worked with 2 plastic surgeons for over 25 years, getting them stronger, getting them feeling better all the time. And when I mentioned the Chek stuff, oh no, but don't really want to know about that, Scott. And that was because of Paul's 1,000 trips and his tobacco smoking. Because they know it all damages the body. Even though there may be an holistic element to plant medicine, but what Paul fails to realise, in my opinion, the shamans don't take it every day. And they definitely don't brag about how many times they've taken it like Paul has in his videos. So really think about that. It's all online, so you're not going to really learn how to measure the spinal curvatures. You're not really going to learn how to adjust the TVA measurements with the blood pressure cuff. You're going to find that extremely difficult. Then with the forward ball roll, I've seen trainers get it completely wrong. You need to be coached on how to do that with somebody. Or even the lateral ball roll, you need to be coached on how to do that as well with clients. And remember, the $400 charge or pounds that they say you can charge online is a complete lie. It's an absolute lie. I don't even know why they put that up there. I think it's to try and entice the younger guys. Oh, £400, I'm going to be able to charge £400. I don't know any trainer in my 27 years of being a PT charges £400 an hour. £200, yes. I know trainers that charge that. But I don't know any trainer that charges £400 an hour. It's a complete lie. They might charge you £400 for an assessment for 4 hours, but that's £100 an hour. So it's totally different to £400 per hour. Does that make sense? So remember, it's going to be online. You're not going to be in front of people, which is terrible. You're not going to be palpating, which you need to palpate. And this has been one of my big arguments about online training. If I do online training with a client, they've been with me at least 6 weeks. So I know their body inside out, and I know their movements, what they can and can't do. So when they're in the gym in California or Australia, I know exactly how to pinpoint and correct them so they don't get injured using my program without me or with me on the iPhone when they're in Australia and I'm in London. Does that make sense? So really, really, really take a hard think. If you haven't got a level 3 personal trainer qualification, don't touch it. And if you don't understand anatomy and physiology, don't touch it. And if you want a qualification that's going to be world recognised or recognised in all gyms, do not touch it. I'm a level 5 master. This is my own experience. They may talk about Chek Connect, but they won't put you on the front page of Chek Connect. So people won't even find you. So some questions you can ask in your 15 minutes. Is it world recognised, Gavin? After 14 days, and I've started paying my $260, can I cancel my contract if I'm not happy? Are your faculty members that may be teaching me at some time fully qualified as teachers? Have they been to university to study as teachers? And number 5, how successful are you, Gavin, and how successful are your faculty members? So 4 of the faculty members have got gazettes, or one only has £900 in his business account, and one has been totally struck off of HMRC for having multiple accounts when you shouldn't. It's just be one business name, unless you're opening up multiple business for different businesses. And then Gavin himself says that he has 30,000 in assets in his business account on HMRC. You can watch my video on my website, The 7 Attacks from the Institute, and you'll see that he's got 30,000 in assets, but he owns a cottage and he owns a beautiful gym with the wrong equipment in it, apparently. And then on top of that, he's got an electric car. So the electric car is probably the 30 grand. So he hasn't declared all the other things. So what does that mean? If he's lying online about his business accounts, he's going to lie to your face or lie to you down the phone in which to get you locked into that 14-day. Then as soon as you go over that 14 days, you're going to have to pay that £260 until the year is ended. And remember, the other program, which is for 3 years, that's £11,595 over a 3-year period, £322 a month for certificates that are not valid anywhere. I know, I've got the certificates, they don't work. As in when you go for interviews or you're showing a client, 90% of clients, or more than that, 99% of clients, do not give a shit about your qualification. They care about, are you in shape? Are you not going to hurt them? And are you going to get them out of pain or get them in shape? Does that make sense? They do not give a shit about your qualifications. So don't let your ego control you. Oh, I need that bit of paper because the other sheep are doing it. Do not be a sheep and end up wiping out your own bank account, because once you're locked into that 14 days, you cannot get out of it. The same as if you buy the manuals online and you're not happy. If you've broken the seal, says on their website, they won't give you your money back. That's totally against the law. The same as if you download anything, they won't give you your money back. And if you do download something and you're not happy within a certain period of time, then they block you from getting your money back. So do not put yourself in that position in the first place. Just don't do it. That's just my advice as a level 5 master. I've been through the whole program. I know exactly what all the pitfalls are. And the pitfalls are, it's not recognised, and it's been put together by Paulchek, where he's plagiarised everybody's other stuff. Then he has a go at people for using it in their programs, which is really hypocritical. And then on top of that, he damaged it so much from advertising his smoking and vaping in videos, as well as doing 1,000 plant medicine journeys. Doctors, physios and osteopaths can't touch it. The only ones that might touch it are the ones that have used the program and got a result from it themselves. But that's not even 1%. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, please share, please like. Bit of a long one, but I want to make sure that the new trainers coming up do not get locked into this and end up going, why the fuck did I do that? Thank you, peace out. Keep pumping up. 18-inch arms. No faculty has got 18-inch arms. And no faculty has a teaching qualification. Hope you love this video, Gavin. Fuck you.